What's going on YouTube? It's Matt here. If this is the first time that you have came to my channel, my name is Matt. I provide medical sales coaching, mentorship, and really anything in between, from getting your first job in medical device sales to conquering your territory. And in this video today, I wanted to give some insight that would be good to reps that are struggling with burnout, or just sort of new reps that don't know what to do. And, they're kind of hitting the grindstone now of their first medical sales job. And they're saying, like, how do I improve from here? The grass doesn't, look so great around here. So I wanted to just kind of give a little bit of motivation, to stick it out, or some things to do that might help you along the way. So if you are here, if you don't mind hitting that thumbs up button down at the bottom, leaving a comment or subscribing, it would mean the world to me, because it is the only way that I do grow on here. We're getting close to 1,000 subscribers now, which is absolutely awesome. So I'll be doing probably a giveaway as we get closer to 1,000 subscribers. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So one thing that I wanted to hit off on right off the bat was that I think you should always be thinking about your 10-year self when you're contemplating a career in medical device sales, or thinking that you potentially may not like the role. The problems that you face when you are a beginner rep will be much different than the problems that you're going to face when you're 10 years into the game. So these problems you're facing in the beginning, you should have a lens on them that, these are just obstacles that I have to overcome in order to get me to the greater pasture on the other side. Everybody has to do them. Everybody has to go through them. That's not to say that they make them, any less heartbreaking when you go through them, but everybody does have to go through them to become their best selves future down the line in their medical sales role. And something that I think every medical sales professional should ask themselves is this fight worth the ultimate journey on the other side? Because I'm going to give this example. There are hard things that are not worth it, and there are hard things that are 100% worth it. If every hard thing was easy to do, there would be no hard things at all, and everybody would just do the same thing that would yield them the best results. I can confidently say for me that sticking in medical device sales, regardless of things that have been uncertain, things that have been hard, things that have been challenging, has been the best career decision of my life. Which leads me into the next topic, is that it never happens on the first try. So many reps will get discouraged, even if they do go in there like the first 2 or 3 times and they're just constantly getting told no. This does not mean that the job is impossible. A good thing that I always did was put myself in the shoes of the physician. If I was doing something for 10 years and it worked great for me and there was no reason to switch, I probably wouldn't switch either. But something can come along that does make that physician want to switch and want to give you a shot. So as long as you stay relevant with that physician, you come back, when it's respectful to come back, and you talk to them and you just stay sort of relevant in their lives, you will eventually get your shot. It does not happen on the first try. For me, there was one office that, it took me like 17 times to actually just get past the front desk. So keep a clear head on that. Keep yourself motivated, because these things do happen and they are completely normal. The next topic that I wanted to get into is finding your why outside of anything that's monetary. So anything that will be giving you money, find your why outside of it. And the reason why I say this is because things change. Eventually in medical device sales, if you are successful in it and you give it the time that it deserves, you more than likely will start making a pretty penny with it. Now, I've seen a lot of people not have nearly as much motivation to go out and service physicians and get new clients and keep doing the same things that got them the job in the first place now that they're veterans. And I think this has a lot to do with they're completely fine money-wise now, so they don't feel a need to do it. So for me, I don't know if my motivation for medical device sales will specifically, or for any reason, actually end. Because for me, I just love business, and I love, going out and working with more people and meeting with new people and networking. So for me, even if I was making like $1 million a year, for me, that motivation would never end. So you have to find your why outside of anything monetary, why you want to keep staying in a medical sales role or any type of sales role in general, because there will come a time when you are making more than enough money than you need and you have to find a reason to keep going. The next one that I wanted to talk about is know when you're being overpaid and remain humble. So sometimes medical sales roles give out these guarantees or salaries, and people get completely happy on that and they become complacent with that. These don't last forever. Realize that the business that you're bringing in versus what you are getting paid are not the same. You, by definition, are not worth more than you bring in to people, hence the sales job. But people will prop you up on heavy salaries or guarantees to make it easier on you. Now, when you're in this point in time, do not start buying expensive cars, expensive houses, lavish lifestyles, and thinking that that is what you are worth, because right now it is not. I see a lot of times people go into heavy debt. They do very luxurious lifestyle decisions when they are just propped up on a guaranteed salary or their intro role. When you're in this intro role, you need to be very cautious with this. And you need to, in my opinion, live very frugally until you are making up what they're paying you in the salary in sales. So that's my 2 cents on that, just because I've seen it go poor a couple times, and you don't want that to be you. And my last piece of advice is to plan out your days ahead of time. Every single day. All right? Nothing is worse when you're a sales professional. You wake up in the morning during business hours and say, all right, what am I going to do today? That wastes an hour. That wastes time driving that you could have been spent to accounts. Do your prep the night before of accounts that you have to hit, people that you have to service, patients that you have to call, etc. If you do that beforehand, it's going to set you up for so much more success, because you're going to be able to hit the ground running. You're going to know exactly what your plan is during that day, and you're going to do it. Because if you're a salesperson, you're essentially an entrepreneur a lot of the time that is being backed by a company. So you have to go out and find these targets, So think of it, if it was your business and you weren't getting paid, you would have to go do it. You would be much better structured if you had that plan ahead of time rather than just making it up on the day. So that's all I got for you at the moment. I would love to connect with any of you. I would love to help you break into the industry if that's what you are looking to do. So any of you guys that I've already connected with over Calendly and had Zooms with, it's been a great experience so far. I'd love to keep them coming.